Hi, happy Thoughtful Thursday. It's Amy Day. And today we're just going to continue to walk through that great decision wheel. As you all walk through your decisions and I walk through mine as an example. And just a reminder, you can still download the worksheet and walk along. Just check out the previous emails and hopefully that will support you in working through your own decision. It's not too late. So we've done frame, which is what am I deciding? Values, like what is my noble purpose and how do I measure those as metrics in my decision? Alternatives, like how can I have divergent thinking about possibilities? And information, like what do I need to know? Who can provide reliable information? What information do I actually want to listen to? And how can that feed back into alternatives? And I would really highly recommend that you seek out information, not just from people who confirm your beliefs, because that might be part of the confirmation bias trap. That instead you think, who would have a different opinion than what I would normally seek out that would be trustworthy and reliable, or what sources of information might be out there? So that beautiful dance between alternatives and information. And I was reminded today as I was teaching a family cognitive bias, what's the bias game, in visiting with one of the participants about how important it is to be considering your frame, what you're deciding, and yet be open to the fact that it might shift over time as you're working on the problem. You might actually see that maybe that's not exactly the right description of what you're looking for in the decision. So it could be that you're saying, what do I want to do after high school, or what job do I want to pursue? And you might find that it's like, I actually want to look for jobs in a smaller company, or I'm looking for this size school. So you start to narrow how you're describing the question that is your frame. Totally fine, totally normal to kind of have it be dynamic. Mine has kind of surprisingly stayed the same, which is actually, in my experience, not as common as you would think. How can I better support my neck and back health as a lifestyle change? Was my original question. And so I've been making progress, and now I'm to the fifth point, which is integrating my decision. Does it make sense? Does it feel right? And what's interesting is, as I've gone through this process, I'm realizing the lifestyle change I want to make is to do sprints. Like that's really become clear. I talked about that last week. So thinking about time and do sprints so my neck gets more change throughout the day. And so that I can integrate being on my computer and maybe going for a walk, or cooking some food and then watering the plants outside, or changing a light bulb, anything that shifts my neck into a different position. And so that feels like a great place to start. So I think that that's the decision I'm going to make, is to be doing sprints throughout my day and see how that goes. So I'll tap back into that and see. So next week, I'll talk about how I'm taking action. But in the meantime, have a great week. Happy Thoughtful Thursday.